APA, and you know, I think you were the third president of Division 35, the Psychology of Women. Can you talk about some of the issues that the division was then working on? I know this was a time when the ERA was being talked about, and the Equal Rights Amendment for women.
Well, in terms of the division was really and still is multifaceted. So it's involved with research. It's involved with it was involved with activism and still is. But I think even to get itself, and now it's of course the Society for the Psychological Study of Women. But in order to go through council and be approved as a division, it had to, you know, it primarily had to be cast in the light of the research. And this was also like around the, but there was concern with these issues, but a lot of the activism, the real activism was done outside from the Association for Women in Psychology and also the Committee on Women in Psychology. So it was, I mean, and there's multiple overlapping memberships, so it wasn't like it was different people. It was the same people, but using different venues to bring this about.
Was that the first division that you were the president of?
Yeah.
You're in your memory, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was.
And what's your sense now as you look back in terms of the visibility that brought you? Because 5 or so years later, you became the president of APA.
Well, I think it was the first divisional presidency. I was on APA Council, though, as a representative from NISPA, New York State Psychological Association. And it was, I think it was a good time for someone to be involved in the psychology of women. I mean, I'm talking personally, well, it was a good time anyway, because change was happening, but it was also so generally and personally. And it was the, and with the ERA going on, and APA was, at that time took a stand not to meet in any state which had not ratified the Equal Rights Amendment. So that meant conventions at that time had to be canceled in Louisiana and Florida, other places where Chicago, because Illinois didn't pass it. But I'm being on council, and I was seen as a leader of the women. And a lot of the men on council would ask me, we'll vote for something that you want. What do the women want? And you vote. Well, it was a good feeling of power, because not that I could command the women's votes for certain other issues, but I said I would try and make a lot of votes for various things, including child care and conventions, things of that sort.
And that had been a long-standing issue, the child care issue at convention.
So we did get that.
And when you were president, someone said that you were thought of as the most effective president of APA in some time in terms of getting an agenda actually through council. And
I don't know who said it, but it sounds good.
What do you think were your characteristics that allowed you to do that, facilitated your doing that, accomplishing so much as APA president?
Well, I don't always know. I will tell you what Joanne Evans Gardner said. She was on council when I was, but she says, you are like the iron fist in the velvet glove. So it's a matter of, I really, would stick to the things I believed in, but I think it's style. I mean, the substance was there, but there was, I guess, having been brought up where qualities like whatever, femininity, gentleness were perceived as valuable. They were stuck with them, but they